600 Breezy is one of the most respected rappers to come out of Chicago. He grew up around all the drill legends like Chief Keef, Lil Durk, and King Von, and also formed a personal relationship with Drake. But his legal troubles have slowed down his career, including a recent arrest for violating his probation. Let's get into the criminal history and come up of 600 Breezy. On Friday, December 3rd, 600 Breezy was arrested and booked in the Polk County Jail in Iowa for a probation violation. He's currently being held in custody without bail. It's not clear what triggered the arrest, but in 2017, he spent just under 2 years in prison for the same charge. This ain't the first time this year that he's had problems with the law. Back in November, he was arrested in Alabama and charged with being a fugitive from justice. It ain't clear what led to that arrest either, but it usually means someone failed to appear in court for a charge that carries jail time. For that charge, Breezy was arrested but released, only to be picked up again a few months later in Iowa. The arrest comes right when he was starting to turn his life around. Back in September, he posted a video to his IG showing his transformation over the past few months. In the caption, he wrote, 7 months clean, no lean, no pills, no hard drugs at all. 6'5", 240 pounds, gym 3 to 4 times a week. Take care of yourself. Don't shorten your lifespan following trends. But despite his transformation, it looks like his past came back to haunt him. There ain't much info on the charges or why he was arrested. He'll probably see a judge before he's granted bail. So, he'll be sitting in Polk County Jail until his case is processed. 600 Breezy grew up on the south side of Chicago on 59th and King Drive, along with Chief Keef and Fredo Santana. His pops was a GD, and growing up, Breezy also claimed the gang. But most of his homies was BDs, so when he was a teenager and got in the streets for real, he switched to BD. He was from 600, along with rappers like E-Day, LA Capone, and Rondo No. 9, as well as 300, which included other BD sets like Lamron and O-Block. He went to John Hope Community Academy on 55th and Low, but dropped out because his ops was trying to kill him. So after that, he was in the streets every day. He caught his first case in 2012 for selling crack in Waterloo, Iowa. He got arrested with 6 other people in a drug raid conducted by Iowa police and the FBI. He spent a few months locked up, but later got out on probation. It sounds like his most recent arrest is related to that case. When he got back to Chicago, the war between the GDs and BDs was turning up. The drill movement was starting to pop off, and the music was just adding to the violence. Over the next few years, 600 Breezy got shot a total of 6 times in 3 separate incidents. First, he got hit in his hand and his leg. When this happened, he ran 4 blocks with a bullet in his legs before he collapsed. Then he got shot again the next year, and again the year after that. In the interview with DJ Vlad, he said the most painful one was when he got shot in his ass. He went to slide in his ops, but ended up getting shot twice in the butt. So after that, he started moving smarter to avoid going through the same situation. Around the same time, he also decided to start taking rapping seriously. He watched some of his childhood friends blow up and make it big in the music industry. So he started going hard on his music to make it out of the streets. In 2014, he dropped his breakout hit, Don't Get Smoked, which quickly racked up millions of views. On the track, he took shots at multiple dead ops from the GDs, including Tuka and Lil Jojo. The song blew up and put 600 Breezy on a map as a rapper, but it also heated up the beef between 600 and they ops. The following year, 600 Breezy was arrested for aggravated use of a deadly weapon. It's not clear if he did any time for this charge, but it was only a misdemeanor. 600 Breezy's career was starting to take off. After the success of Don't Get Smoked, he started gaining attention of major names in the industry. Drake even reached out to Breezy, sending him a video of himself going crazy to Don't Get Smoked. After that, they formed a personal relationship, and Breezy started hanging out with him on tour. Drake tried to get him to hop on a track, but Breezy turned it down. He said he wanted to develop his own career first. He ain't want to be known as a rapper who was featured on a Drake song, but never did anything after that. According to Breezy, Drake is his homie, and they can do a song together whenever, but he wanted to build himself up as an artist first. It's hard to tell if this was a smart move or if Breezy passed on a huge opportunity. There's a lot of rappers who've gotten a Drake feature, but never achieved much success after that. But it also may have taken his career to the next level and helped him avoid all the legal problems he'd end up having. 600 Breezy continued developing his sound and built his popularity as an artist. In 2015, he dropped his first mixtape, 6-0 Breezo. The following year, he dropped the project Breezo George Gervin Iceman Edition, which featured Derez Deshawn, Boss Top, and OJ the Juice Man. So, 600 Breezy was establishing himself as an artist who could actually create music and not just viral diss songs. In 2017, his vocals was used in the outro to the Drake song Lose You off his More Life album. A few months later, Breezy appeared on stage with Drake, Nicki Minaj, and Lil Wayne at the Billboard Music Awards. He also dropped the track Lou Rawls, which became the second biggest record of his career and currently has over 6 million views on YouTube. But just as 600 Breezy's career was starting to heat up, he got sentenced to 10 years in prison for violating his probation. He was only a few weeks away from completing his probation from a 2012 charge of selling crack in Iowa, but he was ordered to head back to Waterloo to face charges for violating his probation by traveling without permission. On the way to the courtroom, Breezy wrote on social media, "This long-ass drive to Waterloo, I'm about to walk in court on straight asshole mode. Because if I've been violating for traveling, that means I'm violating coming to court. And the crazy part, my supervising PO in Chicago didn't violate me. Iowa did. After 5 years, now Iowa want to all of a sudden step in." Drake also stepped in and helped Breezy get in touch with some superstar attorneys to help him fight the case. But the laws in Iowa are so strict that there was nothing they could do. Breezy was found guilty of violating his probation and was sentenced to 10 years in prison. Authorities been monitoring Breezy's movement on social media and had pictures of him hanging out in the projects in New York or appearing in music videos where he was holding guns. He also tested positive for weed, which was another violation. All these charges led the court to reimpose his original sentence, which is how he got hit with 10 years. That's how much time he would have done back in 2012 if he never got sentenced to probation. So, after he violated his parole, they treated it like the charge was fresh. But it was a non-violent drug charge, which meant he'd automatically go before the parole board every 10 months. After the court hearing, his mom, Renita King, hopped on social media to let the world know what was going on with their son, posting, "Iowa just locked up Antonio Valentino King for 10 years. This is the worst birthday of my life." Breezy himself was a little more optimistic. A video posted to his Instagram had audio of a call from him while he was behind bars, where he told fans, "I don't got no 10 years. I'm looking at a year or less. I'll be back on the streets." Even though he was solid behind bars, Breezy still had to face problems of being a famous rapper in prison. CEOs called him by his rap name and labeled him a gang leader. During his stay, he was transferred to about 4 different prisons because everywhere he went, he attracted attention. The first time he went before the parole board, he got in trouble for having a cell phone, so he had to stay in jail. After that, he decided to straighten up and even took a class so he can go home as soon as possible. The second time around, he was more successful. In December 2018, 600 Breezy got out after serving a total of 21 months. His lawyer, Tina Muhammad, filed a motion to have his sentence altered back in February. In the motion, she argued that Breezy was a contributing member of society who's continued to work on music while incarcerated and could instantly be a benefit to his family upon release. The motion must have worked because Breezy was released by the end of the year after serving less than 2 years of his 10-year sentence. As soon as he got home, he hopped on Instagram Live to celebrate, telling his fans, "This shit real, They thought I wasn't coming back. They thought a had 10 years. They thought it was motherfucking over with. Yeah, I'm back." The Friday after he was released, he dropped a project called First 48, which features songs he wrote while he was locked up. The album art even featured one of his jail photos. So, from there, it looked like everything was turning around for 600 Breezy. He got a second chance at life and rap. Even after 10 years, the drill sound is hotter than ever, and he was one of the early pioneers. Since being released, he dropped back-to-back projects including Iceman Edition 2, Art of War, and Breezomatic. He also been doing his rounds, giving interviews on media platforms. So, it seemed like he was in a good position to have a big year in 2022. But now, it looked like the state of Iowa caught him slipping again. It's unclear exactly what he did to trigger another probation violation, but it may have something to do with his previous arrest in Alabama. Police in Iowa already made it clear they was watching his social media. So all it takes is one wrong move for him to end up back in prison. Hopefully, it was a minor violation and he'll just get hit with a slap on the wrist. More info will probably come out once he appears before a judge, so stay posted for updates.